Hey, I'm Lauren. This is my picture I've already drawn. Gonna show you how I made this fish picture today. This is my first ever video blog, and I hope you enjoy it. So, first thing I do is I like to ink the picture. So, I probably shouldn't use 3 different varieties of pens and pen types, but I have some micron pens. I have a 6-pack of those. I have some by Stabilo and multiple varieties, and I got 2 packs of Spectrum Noir. I got the blues and the yellows packs. So I have 12 markers, and then I have a pack of 25, I think, and then I have 6 Spectrum Noir. So first, I've already drawn this picture, and with my pencil, another pencil. Okay, that's your business. Okay, my desk's a little bit messy, so we'll work with this. But so, I take the 005 because I like to have the little tiny lines, and I'll just go through and ink it in. Okay, so I'm back. I've finished doing some of the, he finished using the 005, so I have, it's all inked now. Sometimes I may go back and, actually go back with a thicker pen, probably either the 01 or 02, and, just go through and in certain places thicken the line a little bit. So like I might do it along the body here, or places where I want it to be more defined. And so that's basically step 1. Well, step 2, because you draw it first, so you know sort of where your lines are gonna go. My drawing usually consists of a lot of drawing and then re-erasing the lines, so I figure you draw your own image, and I'll show you how to use the markers. How I would use the markers. But so so yeah, I just go over darker a couple areas I want to be darker, because the next step, don't want it to be too dark, because the next step won't really work then. Basically, next step, gonna add some color to these lines, so that they don't just look like black lines, so that they look like they're more colored. The black, one thing that's cool about using the black and having it, you need at least some areas where you have thin holes, because the color shows through there, and it makes it just look like a darker version of the color. So, use those 2 things. So, what I'm gonna do is, if you see I have the colors, it's red. It's red, but there's black under there, so it looks like dark red because I did the red over the thin lines. And I also did the gills. I don't know if I've done the gills for this one yet, but I do the gills with the 05, just small little dashes. I don't bother drawing that in because I know I'm gonna add it anyway. So I used a test piece to check my colors. So I have 4 possible pens that I can use. I'm using the Sakura pens. So I have a dark red, bright red, orange, and a yellow. I sort of don't think the yellow's gonna work, but may do the orange or the reds. So to make sure that my test is true and accurate, I make sure I have a pretty good line, very similar to what I might have. So I do 4 test spots. I may do a 5th, testing notes, but I'm just gonna do 4. So and then I'll test one of each of these. So just how you might ever do it, but it's just to get an accurate idea of what it's going to look like, so you can decide which one you want and how it matches your colors. So I do one with the black and one just regular to see how it changes. Just makes it a little bit easier to see how it affects it, especially if you don't really know your markers well, or if you just want to see the color change, because you see that, especially on that one, the black changes it very much. And here it does the yellow. Yeah, don't think I'd use the yellow. Still looks very black. It doesn't do it. So yeah, let me put this one up. My favorite would be the dark red or the orange. So, the light red or the orange. So I'm going to put the dark red up. Next I'm going to do is I'm going to test my markers against it. So, there's the darkest one that I can use. I'm going to put it on both sides so you can see against the color. And there's the second darkest. And just for fun, I'm going to put the other colors. I'm probably going to use my CT4, my CT2, my OR1, and my GB5 on this particular project. So I'm going to show you what the CT4 and the CT2 look like. So, if I can manage to open it. So, those two don't really have a whole lot of difference, but probably should. Actually, I think I'm going to end up using CT1. Let's see. Yeah, open the wrong end. Oops. That didn't happen. What I just gotta do if that happens is put it back on. But there, so that's the colors spectrum I'm working with. So against it, I think the dark red would look best because it keeps the rainbow going. So I'm gonna use dark red. So next, all I gotta do is go over the lines where you want the color. So basically, I'm just gonna do the entire thing, because I feel that makes it the best. But, of course, you can do whatever you want. So, I can get back to you when that's done, so see you in a minute. Okay, so I finished inking it in. So you see it's now got a red tinge. I do definitely think it turned out a little bit darker than, or brighter, more red than the test sample did, but it's fine. It'll look good. So now, next stage is probably most annoying. I do all the scales next. So, my favorite is to use humps, so little round humpy scales. But you can do whatever color shape scales that you like. I like them because they make a nice shape. So I use the orange this time because I really like how I use this color. It's really close to the markers I'm using. But so I just stack them like about like that, and try my best to make them look realistic, but they don't always turn out that way, but that's fine, because they look good enough, and the scales aren't really the main point of the picture. You know, people aren't just gonna scrutinize the scales. It's not the only point of the picture. So I'm just gonna go ahead and finish doing the scales, but just pretty much the same as the way. Make sure you get all the areas under the gills. You might want to do it there, I don't know. It might be preference. I think it's just a preference thing. On that one, my gills were darker, so it wouldn't show even if I did do them there. So it just depends on what kind of factors. But this time I'm probably gonna do it under the gills, just because I want to make sure that if people do decide to scrutinize the scales, and if you do scrutinize the scales, then no offense, but I think it's not really fun. It would be like staring at a needle in a haystack for an hour, and I don't think that would be very interesting, but it's not a personal preference. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and do all the scales. Okay, so I finished doing it. Scales got a little bit too big there, but it's all good. I can actually probably fix that. So, just in case you're wondering, you can fix it probably by just adding a few more sets of scales in. It just looks like there's a lot of gross scales, but I think fish actually grow scales that way, so it's not that big of a deal. But it's an easy way to make big scales look smaller, so it looks better now. I like to start in small areas, so I start up the head, go down. I usually like to start at the point of the bumps too, to make it so that I know I'm basing off the bumps in front of it, so that it doesn't usually get a huge bit larger. But again, I do kind of smaller scales in small areas. I like to start at small areas so I can get bigger and look like I've done more. And it makes me feel like it's going faster. That's probably the same either way. But, so I like to start in small areas, but of course you can do whatever you want. So, that's pretty good. I add a little bit of cut there. Just add a little shading. Maybe a few stripes like that. Just add a little bit of fish to it. I don't know what you would call it, but just makes it look a little bit more like regular fish. I do have one. I've had one for a while. I have a baby. I have a couple, so I have a baby right now. He's cute. Baby betta fish are called fry, so in case you're wondering. So now the next step is I'm gonna color it in. So I start with the lighter colors. So I'm gonna show you the last one. So what I like to do is, I know you probably wouldn't do this way in the lighting, but I start with a lighter color and then get darker progressively. So you can see it shows 4 colors still. There's still just the 4 colors. So there's this one is that one right there, so that's the CT1. Then I have the CT4 is the bright yellow there. Just checking that to make sure I can see that. The GB5 made that golden brown color. I wasn't sure on that one, but I think it turned out fine. Because if you look at the picture as a whole, it looks like it's lighter for a band, but I think that looks cool. And then the orange one is that. So I had some fun. I added some shading with the golden brown and the orange. But the rest of that is, you can see, I'll show you how I did so if you can see that there's actually 2 different colors on these. So I just went over with the fat end of the CT1. I just went over the entire body with that. And then I came back with the golden brown, and I used the thin end, and I just went through and added some stripes. Basically, I just colored in the very base of it there, so I started this way. So, I like to start with the fins, because it's pretty easy. I do use the small end, so I just make a little ray around the center. Have some fun. You can have fun with this if you want. Follow the patterns, whatever you want. But just do that, and then I do it with the other fin here, the anal fin of the fish. And then, on the last one, on that fin, I did the yellow, this color, on the bottom going in, because that's more of a shading issue there, and it's different from there. And those fins, I did the CT1 underneath, and then I did the CT4 on top. So I'm gonna just go through. You can take big strokes, small strokes, whatever you want. Taking big strokes because I know I have the outer boundaries made by the lighter, the black and the red. And I know I'm also going to color in that area, so it doesn't really matter. But do as carefully as you like. So I'll go through, do the fins. And then won't do the body yet because I'm waiting. I'll do that part last. And then I'll take my next color. In this case is CT4. And I'm going to not break the button this time. So, this time I do like to follow the feathers of the tail a little bit, so I'll make them a little bit different heights, lengths, whatever. And, try to add a little bit of difference to each fin. We'll probably go over it in a little bit of the golden brown, but I want to make sure I get every film, this is a little bit of it, so that it looks like they're all even. So, and then I'll just make sure that it looks like a sun. So just go through. And then this one at the top, I'll go down a little bit, just to give it a little bit darker up at the top. Then I'll probably go over that golden brown probably. And then on these fins, I make a central ray, so that they're basically near where the darker areas are. I just make it a little bit darker, so it looks like there's rays of how it gets lighter. So go with that color. Next we'll use the golden brown. I did a very small section of this one because I didn't know how this one was turning out, because I got worried when I did my card and it looked weird. So I just did a small section, but it made it look cute. So I'm just gonna do a small section again. And you can feel free to get a little bit longer if you have longer strands and the tail pits there, but I just do it proportionate to however your things are, because they are different lengths. They can be different lengths, and it's perfectly fine to be that way. And you just might want to make sure that you have color evenly spaced per length of tail. Now we're gonna go with the orange. I might want to be careful with this one. It can get dark, so you might want to be a little bit more careful, make sure it doesn't get out of the lines, but do the same basic thing, but you can go all the way in at the end this time. It'll be your darkest color, whether it's orange or blue or whatever color you choose. It'll probably be your darkest color, so you want to be careful that you don't use too much space, and you also want to be careful that it doesn't go out of the lines, because the lighter colors could look like a shine, but with the darker colors it's pretty obvious that it's not just shine or anything, and that is, you accidentally got out of the lines, so. That's the orange, I'm not going to do it there. But it looks pretty as it fills in. So, you may want to turn your tail at this time to make sure you get nice and evenly, and that you don't leave white spaces and stuff. But, so. It's funny how the brushes sound loud even though I'm barely touching it. Just find that weird. So they'll finish up and stop trying to do this weirdly. So you can touch it up. I think mine's good for right now. So let's go back and do the golden brown here. But I'm going to go through just a little bit of the golden brown there. Don't know what it's going to do with the CT4, but looks like it's got some shading there, so I think that's good. So, we're good. Next, we're going to do the body. So CT4... CT1, sorry. Just gonna use the end. Goal is just to fill it in, so I'm just gonna go. Being careful around the edges, but still going pretty quickly through it, because it doesn't need to be perfect. So I'm gonna go over it with the brown, so just go all the way through. And you don't be afraid to go over it because it is just a lighter color. It won't matter. One thing that I do want to mention, I do have a scrap piece of paper here that it's colored so it doesn't bleed through the paper and onto my next sheet, therefore ruining my sheet. So there's that. We'll just let it dry for a minute because there's a little bit of spot right there. And then we're going to do the brown, take that end. And we're just going to go and do little dabs. We're just going to follow it. And we're just going to go do this for all the scales. So, back in a minute. See you when I'm done with that. So, turn it off. Okay, so one thing I do want to mention, I did, in certain areas, add some shading. So, with the golden brown, of course, I added some shading here. So basically, it is strip because of the way the fish's body is turning. There would be shadow there. I also did some down here because, of course, at the end of the tail there because it is his body. There because it would be dark alcove. You wouldn't really see that well. There because depending on where the light's coming from, shadow would be there. There because it's under the gills. there, again, that's under the gill area, and there. Now, those places, it won't make as much of a difference, because my idea would be to come back with the orange, and go through just like that area, because it's going to be sort of dark there, maybe under there. I may do that in orange, dark orange, just to make sure it looks dark enough. There, definitely, because it should be a dark area. There, and maybe the very top of there, just to add a little bit more depth. Just a tiny bit there. But, just enough so that gives it a little bit more depth. Now that with the golden brown, you probably want to go over at the golden brown there. But we can do the orange because it's like the edge, and I want to make sure that that's done. So I think it's done. Of course, you can add whatever you want to it, but like whatever you think makes them look more realistic. But that's how I can do a picture. So, thanks for watching. Hope you liked it. If you liked it, please post in the comments. This is a test, just in the waters. So, if you liked it, just let me know, and we'll be good. Thank you. Bye.